Because our mental obscurations and defilements and karma from many, many lifetimes are quite a lot, and it's accumulated through many, many, many lifetimes. It's not a matter of one lifetime or two lifetimes, countless, countless lifetimes. So the obscuration and the karma that we collect, kleshas, defilements, delusions, are very strong. And all those actions add to our deluded mind, and it makes our deluded mind much more, it's not even habit, it becomes second nature. So something that's second nature has the implication that it is a learned habit. It is something that is acquired, that is something learned, that's something that you do many times, and then it becomes very easy, it becomes second nature. So when we say second nature, we have to make a differentiation in Dharma. Why? Second nature means, although it's so ingrained, it can still be removed. Why? It is something learned. So something that's learned can be relearned. Something that's learned can be removed. Something that is one or spontaneous or natural of the nature, example in this case the mind, then it cannot be removed. It is part of the mind. Like that, the Buddha has described our mind to be its true nature, unobscured by delusions, is clear light, clear mind, good people, but temporarily deluded through many, many, many lifetimes. So therefore, these delusions become second nature because we're so used to acting out of them without any knowledge, without any words of wisdom, without any type of ulterior perspective, ulterior type of thinking. So it gets stuck inside. And so when we don't have an ulterior type of thinking, it's very easy to think one way. For example, in this life, the minute we're born, we immediately suckle our mother. When we suckle our mother, people say it's instinct. It's not instinct, it's habit. It's habits from many lifetimes of the mind saying, me, 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 I want to survive. I want good things. I want nice things. Give me. So it's a natural instinct that comes immediately. And then in life, when, except for certain people, in life, when we talk about, hey, eat this so you grow up to be very strong and you'll be very attractive and you're going to attract people. Eat this so that, you do this so that you can be powerful. Learn this so that you can control and you can have influence, you have fame and reputation. Do this and you can make a lot of wealth and money and therefore you can earn respect and happiness. Marry this, obtain this, get this. And it's very easy. You see, for us, when people say those things, we get excited. When people mention those things, or when society and culture in their own way mention it to a simple farmer where you say, if you do this for your crops, you're going to get a bumper crop and extra money, maybe you can buy another cow. They're very, very happy. For other types of people, not simple farmers, those people say, oh, if you do this business, you're going to get super wealthy. And then it goes on and on and on. So what happens is, this comes from where? Why are we so attracted to those types of things? Because for many, many lifetimes, we've been used to it. For many, many lifetimes, we're accustomed to it. And for many lifetimes, it's been ingrained in us. It's been ingrained so strong, it's become second nature. So therefore, in this life, things that attract us sometimes seem contradictory to things that will actually bring us happiness. And without knowing, we chase after things, or we go after things that actually bring more unhappiness, more delusion, increase our habits, and bring us to lower states of existence instead of happiness. Why? Because we're bad people? No. Because we're evil? No. Because we're habituated and we've heard no other knowledge. You see, when you've been doing something one way for so long, if someone else shows you a better way, a superior way, of course you'll be excited. Of course you'll be very happy. And at first you'll be hesitant, reluctant, doubtful. But in the end, when you try it, you say, what harm can I do? Because if I do this and it doesn't work, I can go back to what I was doing. And a lot of progress in the world comes about when people try something new. When people try and expand and say, what do I have to lose? Nothing. So when they try it, they consequently, most of the time, find that something becomes better. Progress is like that. So when we're very habituated in the way we've been thinking life after life after life after life after life, it's very strong. So naturally, we chase after things. Oh, we're going to have a great party. Everybody wants to go. And then it's not bad. It's nice to go once in a while. My point is not that the party is bad or that we shouldn't go. My point is that we shouldn't focus that is what brings about happiness. That there are higher forms of knowledge. And what are you trying to do? You're not trying. You see, when you learn things that are better, you actually benefit yourself and others much, much more. So if you can attend a Dharma talk for 2-3 hours, what would you have done with those 2-3 hours anyway? What would you have done? You would have hung out at some coffee place and gossiped about somebody, looked at people. You would have been home sleeping. You would have been maybe, just watching TV. And it's very hard to go for a Dharma class or classes that actually help our mind. Because, why? Because we're bad and lazy? No. Because we're not habituated in thinking a higher view to help ourselves. So that habituation is not there. So therefore, the normal things like parties, friends, going out, going here, doing this, we're very attracted to and we have to do. And we make up all types of justifications to do it. Not because we're bad, because it's habit. It's very habitual. So therefore, the purpose of listening to a Dharma talk, the purpose of putting Dharma into our lives, as I've always mentioned many times, is not to superficially change who we are. It is not superficially to transform who we are. It is not superficially here to change our identity. It is not superficially here to change our way of eating, our culture, our background, and what we enjoy and what we like. The purpose of Dharma is to change the perspective that is habitual, that brings about wrong actions, that bring unhappy results. So the purpose of Dharma is to change our perspective, but remain the same as we are, but the perspective changes. Therefore, when we learn Dharma, Dharma means what? Become the holiest disciple of Lord Buddha. No. Dharma means what? After you listen to Dharma, you carry a lotus everywhere and you put lotuses in people's. In their nose is peace and love. It's not that. What's Dharma? If I learn Dharma and I get involved with that Dharma thing, I can't go to parties. I can't go out, I can't drink, and I can't wear jewelry, no gel, and, I can't shave anymore, and I get to wash once a year like those Tibetans, and everything's gone. And then I can't wear nice clothes, I gotta pretend I'm not attached, and I can't go to Coffee Bean anymore, or Starbucks, or whatever's in right now, Dome, and I can't do all that. And if I go shopping, I have to go to the cheap place and buy cotton things, no more shiny, silky, revealing clothes. And I have to wear one-piece outfits that make me look like, I'm going to bed, a nightgown. And that's Dharma. And I can't fix my hair anymore. I just got to let it grow and not be, because if I fix it, it's attachment, so it's bad karma, so I can't. Yeah, I want to go to those parties. I want to get laid. I want to pick up on people. I want to get old, and I want to be regretful, and I want to get wrinkled. I want to enjoy life. I want to be me. I want to be me. And then our mind works like that. It works totally like that. And it's been working like that. And it always works like that. Why? Because we're bad people? Let me stress again. No, not because we're bad people. Because we're very habituated in one set of thinking. And a new set of thinking is very difficult to enter. It's very difficult to enter because it requires merit. It requires good karma. For you to have a nice body, for you to have a healthy body, for you to have a good mind, a mind that's tended toward virtue, a mind that doesn't do harmful things, to have a good family, for you to be born in a good place, for you to be born in a place that's healthy and clean, for you to have clothes and education, all that is a result of good karma. What is good karma? It is good actions you have done in former lives, that the result has come now. That explains a lot of things, because that's how equality comes. You do what you get. Whereas other theories say it's been given by Almighty whatever. And therefore, if it's like that, why is there so much differences among people, levels, status, countries, wealth, health, looks, appearance, luck, achievements? Why is there this disparity all the time? The disparity cannot come from an all-knowing, mighty, wisdom-filled being that treats all his children with equality. Because obviously, there is no equality. There's never been, there never will, there never was. So that theory may be beneficial for some people because they're at that level where they feel there's an all-controlling being and they do good things. That's good. That's all right. We don't say that's bad. But for me, I need something more in-depth. See, inequality to me and things that doesn't go right, and things that depend on luck, to me, something's wrong. Why some people like that, some people like this, some people like that, some people like that? Why? To me, the doctrine of cause and effect, 因果, law of cause and effect, makes much more sense. Similarly, in this life, most of the time, if we work hard, we can have a nice house, nice car, whatever. And people who don't work, who schlep around, who sleep around, they don't have that. I mean, that's mostly it's like that. There are, of course, many exceptions. You know, if you go to the gym and you work out or you run, you maintain yourself in diet, you have a body that looks like that. If you don't, you have a body that looks like that no matter what you say. So there is this some sort of cause and effect in your current life. Therefore, before this current life, for the situation that you are born into, there must be a cause and effect also. How come only one section of life is cause and effect and another section there isn't cause and effect? So since there's cause and effect in this life, if you diet and you maintain, you have a good body. You have a sickness and you diet and you control with medication, you get well, generally. If you're polite, you're more popular. You know, if you're wealthy, you have a freedom to do more things. And that wealth comes from hard work, dedication, concentration, skill. So if you have this, the cause was that you put something into it to get it. I mean, that makes perfect sense. Let's be very simple. If tomorrow morning you can get up and take a poop, you must have eaten today. The cause is eat, tomorrow is poop. Very simple. I mean, even on a very basic fundamental level, cause and effect. So therefore, in this life, if you're born with some kind of congenital disease, if you're born with some kind of appearance, if you're born with some kind of personality, if you're born in some kind of society or culture, if you're in some kind of situation, and it creates you happiness and unhappiness both ways, there's a cause. The cause must resemble the result. It's very logical. You guys, all of you are so educated and smart. Think there must be a cause that resembles the result. So if you're always congenitally ill, if you're always sick and constantly not well, you must have done something related to the body that's negative. That the negativity is arising now that makes you feel sick all the time for no reason, and sometimes cannot heal. And then from that, you may work very hard and you're good and you make a lot of money, but your money is depleted by this drainage of ill health, which came from harm to other people's body, perhaps beating, perhaps killing, perhaps stealing. You know, perhaps being a butcher. So what happens is that if you have this type of body, you definitely have had done something similar to create that type of body. So instead of being regretful, instead of being angry or whatever, we'll feel that initially because we're just normal human beings. But we have to realize that if we look at that, it's a teaching. It is something we can look at to actually say, okay, I understand now. I'm going to stop making causes that make that happen again. I'm going to stop making causes. If we're very frivolous, if we're very frivolous type and we're not stable and we're not conditioned and we can't hold ourselves and we just don't finish what we start, that's a clear indication that the result must resemble the cause. So in previous lives, we definitely disturbed people. We took what they need away. We disturbed them. We took what they wanted away. Things that they were going the right way. Maybe we're a property landowner and, we were mean and we just took their land away. I mean, something similar, that we interrupted other people. And therefore, in this life, we can never finish what we start. We can never finish what we start. And so, everything has to be based on some sort of logic. Of course, this type of fundamental logic is easy for all of us to perceive. Buddha gave teachings on many levels. He gave 84,000 different types of teachings on 3 different levels. So we're dealing with the first level, which leads to the second and leads to the third. But the fundamental level is very logical. If we start talking about the middling level and the highest or ultimate level, we won't be able to perceive that because we need to have the substance and we need to have the propensity and we need to have the habituation and we need to have the wisdom and the merits to support that type of thinking. And right now, it's very difficult for most of us, unless we have previous life very strong propensity. So if previous life we were great practitioners, if previous life we were great meditators, or we taught the Dharma, or we learned the Dharma, and we're used to not harming, and we're easy to benefit other people, then in this life, we will have that propensity easily as a young child. We'll be gentle, we'll be nice, we'll be very easy, kind, not aggressive. Even if we're aggressive, our aggressiveness doesn't end up in harm. And as we get older, when we hear some truth, if we hear, for example, Christianity, or hear Buddhism or Islam, something that's good, that teaches us the right way, we'll be drawn to it. We'll be drawn to this, and we'll like it, and we'll become deep practitioners, which some people call fanatics. It's not fanatical. To transform your life through thought and perspective is not fanatical. What's fanatical is if we don't and we remain as we are. We're fanatical toward nice clothes. We're fanatical toward nice people. We're fanatical toward attention and pride and ego and big things and big houses. We're fanatics. We'll work non-stop day and night until we grow old, until our hair falls out. We'll do everything to get that. That's fanatical. Why? Fanaticism is based on doing something again and again without a clear logic and foundation of why. And you're unsure about the result. So when you're unsure about the result, and you just do it and do it and do it, just blindly plugging along, that is fanaticism. So actually, spiritual practitioners who are very deep, when you look at them, they don't look different than anybody else. That's a real spiritual practitioner. One of these weird people that wear weird hats, weird robes, they run around in, weird malas, and they walk around like that, Namo Mitofa all day. That's weird. Because real practitioners don't expose. You will see and feel them through time, their kindness, their forgiveness, their ability to endure difficult situations without giving back difficulty. That they're able to tahan, they're able to put up, and they're kind. They're genuinely kind without a motive. That they may have very good things and very bad things. They may have the richest things in the world or the smallest things. It doesn't affect them. They're still kind, they're still giving, they're humble, they're nice. Those people are spiritual people. So you can be very wealthy and rich and have the most beautiful wife in the world, the beautiful husband in the world, and have the greatest car, and you can be very spiritual. You can be. Buddhism doesn't teach you to give all that away. Giving attachments is not literally that. Or you can be a very simple house guy, house girl, whatever, and in your home you have a simple, nice house and chair house, whatever, and you take care of yourself, and that's spiritual too. Spirituality is not what you can and cannot have. Spirituality is how you have it. And when you have it, what you do with it. Does those items create more anger and fear and attachment in you? Or does those things create more happiness for other people? So, spirituality is a state of mind that can be achieved. And what is spirituality? You go back to the spirit. What is going back to the spirit? You tap into who you really are. We're really kind people. We're really giving people. We're really nice people. And that giving and kindness is on different levels. So we want to reach higher and higher levels. So we do that so that we listen to a higher method. We listen to a higher teaching. We listen to a higher, use a new word, perspective. When we listen to a higher perspective, a better perspective, our old perspectives melt away grudgingly. Why? A higher perspective is more pervasive, more long-term. Less repercussions. So the Buddha's teachings, the teachings of Christianity and Islam and Hinduism, the good ones, not the fanatical cults. There are fanatical cults in Buddhism also. The real ones that base it on those bodhisattvas or those great beings that taught them are very helpful for mankind. Very helpful. Very beneficial. Because they fill a place in us that nothing else can fill. That money cannot fill. Beautiful people and parties and music cannot fill. That emptiness that we feel inside, and the fear of alone, the fear of emptiness, the fear of loneliness, and the fear of being deprived, the fear of not knowing. It fills that. So spirituality, young or old, is applicable. Better if we start off when we're young, and then as we age in someone with wisdom, clarity. We become guides of other men and women. Not trying to be a leader, we're naturally one wherever we go because of who we are.